know if you can hear me. Trying out these microphones today with this setup. I dropped my mic in so I can plug it up good. I think it's rolling. Let me check my audio. Looks like the audio is coming through pretty strong. Let me know if you cannot hear it. I think it's still waiting for people to come in. All right. Okay. Today I am setting up for a in-studio senior headshot. I'm going to walk you through my process, what I like to do to get this thing all set up. I'm going to turn this just a hair so you can kind of see where we are. So for stands, I'm using the, hey, I see someone's in here. Can you hear my audio? Oh, they left. Okay, as you can see right here, I have a strip box with a Westcott FJ200 on here. FJ200, and right now they're having like a ridiculous sale on their site, so you need to check this out and grab one if you don't have one. But this is a FJ200, and I'm using a Cheetah Q1 1255 with the grid on there. So this is going to be my rim light for the most basic shot, and I'm gonna have it off here. I have the same thing on the other side. It's gonna also be another FJ200 paired up with the same strip box, gridded as well. And it's gonna be pointed at the back of my subject's head. Then for the background, we have a Savage Fashion Gray. That's gonna be our background. So we're gonna use that to have just a neutral background for the subject on the first shot. And then as the key light, we're gonna be using this Cheetah QSB 42 softbox. It's almost like a beauty dish, but it's not quite. And they got a grid in there too. This is gonna be our key light. And then let me grab the other part. So for the main light that's gonna be on that softbox I just showed you, we're gonna have a FJ400 version 2. And what this light is gonna do is it's gonna be our main light paired up with this softbox. And we're gonna use this to illuminate our subject. Now, after I start working with the subject, I'm gonna make sure that that the lighting looks good on him and it's not looking bad, because I'll probably add a second light, a fill light in there just to make sure he looks great. Today's subject is going to be a college senior, actually, not a high school senior, which is something different than we normally do. But he's coming in, he's graduating from, sorry, there's a lot of road noise. He's graduating from University of Houston, and super excited to be working with him. So I'm gonna add this light on here so you guys can see how easy it pops in. The light stand that I'm using, this is the Cheetah stand C12, I believe. Let me check. Yeah, this is the C12. On this one over here, I have the B10. Let me make sure I said that right. No, C10. This one's a C10. In this back corner over here, I just have a newer stand. And I have another newer stand over there. So I got this. It's gonna be somewhere around here once he gets in. Let me lift this up some. And when I'm shooting this, I typically like to have this modifier angled down just a bit, kind of sort of like this. That way it's not shooting just directly at the background or somewhere crazy. It's going right at my subject. So this is my basic 3-point lighting, 2 edge lights, and those are 55 centimeter, 12 by 55 centimeter strip banks with grids. And then my main light, as I showed you earlier, 42-inch with grids, just to make sure we don't have any light spill. The goal for this is to make sure, whoa, hello. The goal for this is to make sure that we're not getting a lot of spill on this gray backdrop. We don't want it to turn too bright or too overpowering the subject. We want our main focus to be on the subject. So that's why we have these grids in there. Now what I will add is, I'm gonna add a 24-inch Westcott Rapid Box, which I can go grab, and we're gonna use that as a fill light. So when our subject gets here in the next 30 minutes, the next hour, we're gonna have a 4-light setup to where we can have a little bit of fill. Now if I run it like this, just with this 3-point light setup, I'm gonna get a very heavy, like Rembrandt on him. And for graduation cap and gown shoots, I mean, I like to first get the plain, basic, light on all 5 planes of the face, just traditional style photo, and then I'll go into something more edgy, something more dramatic lighting, just to make sure I'm checking all my boxes. Because a lot of people, when they come in for cap and gown photos, they want something very, very traditional. And then after they see it, because I'm shooting tethered here, let me show you my tether station. Here's the tether station. So our camera will be tethered up right here. And then this is the other setup right there. So when they come in, they usually they'll see it on there, the really traditional shot, and I'll make a pitch, a soft pitch. I'll be like, hey, you mind if we do something just a little bit more creative? And typically what they say is, oh dude, after what I just saw, I'm like down to do whatever, let's go. And then I'll start moving stuff around and doing like that. So another thing that we want to do with this guy, since his school is black and red, I'm going to pull down a red paper from upstairs, and I'm going to run it on this side of the room over here. If y'all can see, they have this wall right here with papers. His school is actually red. Let me know in the comments if you can hear my voice. Can y'all hear my voice pretty good? Hey, what's up, Nuggets of Crust and Maria, how y'all doing? Can y'all let me know if y'all can hear my voice? I'm trying to use a microphone just to make my audio better. Let me know in the comments if you can hear me on this mic. Everything on my end looks like it's working. It looks like it's picking up my voice, but I'm not sure if that's coming through on the chat, on the comments. So let me know in the comments if you can hear me. I'm gonna keep talking about the setup just so we don't get off track. Okay, so like I said before, we're gonna move this. Hey Shannon, what's up? We're gonna move this just out the way for a second. I'm gonna have a red paper here, and that red paper, he has a black gown, and it's gonna have like red accents on it. So I'm gonna kind of darken that red background down and use these same strips so I don't get any spill in the back. And it's gonna create like a little vignette around the back of him to make it look really, really like a deep, deep red. And that's gonna pull the image together a lot. So we're gonna move this setup. We'll just be moving these lights just to this side so we can get that second shot as well. And then what I'm thinking is I'll probably end up doing some 2-light shots because I love to cross light my subjects. So when the senior gets here, I'll start with this one, this main one that we were looking at earlier. I'll have hit on this edge. And then as you can see, we have 2 strips back here, right? 1, 2, oops, sorry. We have this one and that one over there. So what I'll do is I'll take this light, this key light, and that light, and I'll shoot one like that. Where am I at? Dominic Clark, I am in Louisiana. Thanks for that, man. Louisiana, that's where the studio is. So I'll have these 2 lights, like I was saying, and I'll do a cross light. Dominic, where are you from, bro? And what type of photography do you do? But I'm gonna use this light and that light to do a cross light pattern. And that's gonna have like a lot of drama whenever I do that. And typically clients really love that whenever we do something like that, especially seniors, because it's something different. It's not just your basic, geez, kind of look at the camera. It's more edgy, more raw, more feel. And the cool thing about this guy is he's an accountant. So we actually have, I'm gonna let y'all walk with me. We have this Um, we have this vault right here, which I'm gonna end up closing the door kinda. And we're gonna use this vault to be like one of the cool shots for his graduation photos. Let's see if I can, it's a heavy door, y'all, sorry. So I'll kind of semi-close this, and we'll have this to be like another area for us to take a photo of him in. My vault got dented, but hey. So yeah, this is gonna be another really cool shot for him, which I think he would like as well. So this, we'll do this as a setup, and I'll probably put red gel or something back there kind of shooting out, so you can kind of get just the like cool vibe of his school colors and his outfit. So yeah, so back in the studio, I'll go right here. So pretty much that's gonna be the setup for this first look. It's gonna be a 3-light setup with a little extra kick. I'm gonna have an FJ400 on here as well for the fill light with that rapid box. And then once I have all those together, I'll be able to just start turning on this light, turn off that light, and just kind of mix up all the lighting. And without really having to move anything, I'm gonna be able to get like 5 to 7 different lighting looks out of it. Another thing, like if you haven't tried this, try this with somebody who wants, as you get the photos that they like, I'd like to see someone try, like, and I do this all the time and people love it. I just go with just the edge lights on. And then I move my subject back, kind of just in between these two lights like this. So this one will be here, this one will be here. And I have them do like a pose like this and they kind of look this way. And I have it just behind them a little bit. I don't know if you could tell, but like this light is just a little bit behind me, but it's here. And what it does is it edge lights me here, and then this one back here edge lights me here. So when they're looking like this, it gives me this little silhouette right here, and man, they always love it. If you really want to make it pop and make it look cool, another thing I suggest is you take your key light like this, you throw a gel on it. It can be like a red gel or a blue gel, whatever color makes sense for your color story. And then you do like this, and then everything that's not lit up, like obviously these are going to be white light and they're not going to spill because they have grids on them. So everything that's not lit up, you want to put that's black, it's all going to turn a specific color because it'll all be black. So you want to make sure whenever you're trying this technique that you do black out the entire room. Because if you don't black out the entire room, you're going to get the ambient light. And as you can already tell, there's 2 7-foot windows right here. So whenever I'm doing this with the windows open while I'm recording content, I'm shooting typically around f11 or something like that, just so I can get the room black enough. Now, if I'm not shooting content, I can just close the windows up, close it. There's 2 big little tinted light windows up there. They're probably like 4 foot, and that doesn't really affect the ambient room in the room so much, so I don't have to worry too much about those. But these 2, my goodness, as you can tell, they throw some light in here, which is nice because as people are passing, it's a pretty busy road behind me. As people are passing, they can see what's going down in the studio. And then once they hit the red light, we have a big sign that says Academy Photography. So that's super awesome that we get a little bit of marketing while we're doing our thing in here. So I think this is good for now. I'm gonna pop off for a second, start setting up my second backdrop, and then I'll probably hop back on and walk you guys through what I'm thinking for that setup if we have time. All right, cool. Thanks for tuning in. If you got questions, just throw them in the comment after this is, let's see who's there. Dominic, school senior looking for a photographer from Chicago. Oh, dude, that's awesome. I'm trying to think of my scheduled. I'm not gonna be in Chicago anytime soon, but I am scheduled to be in Nashville for a conference. I was in Chicago in Evans, Elk Grove, no, Schaumburg. I was in Schaumburg about 1.5 years ago doing a conference there. So dang, I would love to connect with you there. But congratulations on graduation, Dominic. If you need a good reference for a photographer in the Chicago area, just drop your Instagram in the comments, and I'll let you know some of the people I know that way. But anyway, that's kind of the setup for today, what we're gonna do. And like I said, I'll pop people just walking behind. As I pop, as I start shooting, I'll probably record some BTS and then I'll upload a video with BTS of this shoot. It should be a fun time. I'll probably end up pulling out the smoke machine as well, because that's been another thing that a lot of people like to do. I was considering putting it in the vault because I think that would like encapsulate the smoke really well and keep it all in one place. That way it's not going all over the place. So I was thinking about putting smoke in the vault and have it coming out with the red gel. And I'll definitely record behind the scenes of all this stuff so you guys can get a look and see how it looks. But other than that, I hope y'all all had a happy Thanksgiving if you're an American celebrating Thanksgiving. If not, happy Thanksgiving to you anyway. And I'll see you guys on the next one. All right, let's go.